Hello, I am Mrs. Arnold, and today we are learning about the causes of volcanoes. The main idea of this video is that the locations of volcanoes are mostly determined by plate tectonics. Questions you should be able to answer at the end are: how do plate tectonics influence the formation of volcanoes? Where are the major zones of volcanism, and how do volcanic landforms differ? So what is volcanism? Volcanism is going to be all the processes associated with the discharge of magma, hot fluids, and gases. So, as you should know, volcanoes are fueled by magma, and most volcanoes are at plate boundaries. This is a map that shows the zones of volcanism. As you can see, most volcanoes are at convergent or divergent boundaries. The major zones that we're going to talk about today will be this one right here that I'm currently outlining, which is the outline of the Pacific Plate, and also here in the Mediterranean. You will also notice that there are volcanoes that are not near plate boundaries at all. Specifically, we're going to discuss Hawaii. Convergent volcanism. This is where volcanoes occur where two plates come together. Most volcanoes located on land are going to be because an oceanic plate is subducting under a continental plate. These volcanoes are going to have explosive eruptions. You also see this at oceanic boundaries, but most of these are going to be oceanic continental. So the Circum-Pacific Belt is also known as the Ring of Fire. And this is convergent plate boundaries. And the outline of the belt corresponds to the outline of the Pacific Plate, as you can see in the picture. So once again, this is the Circum-Pacific Belt in red, so this red line. Another major zone of volcanism in the world is the Mediterranean Belt. This general outline is going to correspond to the boundaries between the Eurasian, African, and Arabian plates. This is a smaller belt than the Ring of Fire. But it also contains some very famous volcanoes like Mount Etna and Mount Vesuvius. This is the mountain, the volcano that erupted and caused the destruction of Pompeii. So both of these are located in Italy. course, we also have volcanoes at divergent plate boundaries. So remember that divergent means that the plates are moving apart. Here we will see non-explosive eruptions. And at the divergent boundaries, on ocean floor, eruptions are going to form huge pile of lava called pillow lava, which is what is pictured. As I alluded to earlier, some of our volcanoes are not at convergent boundaries or divergent boundaries. These are volcanoes that are going to form far away from plate boundaries over hotspots. A hotspot is an unusually hot area in the Earth's mantle where high temperature plumes of magma rise towards the surface. So with a hotspot, we can see chains of volcanoes form over the stationary hotspot. And that provides information about the direction, about the plate motion. So it provides info about the plate motion. So we can see stuff like the rate in direction of plate motion can be calculated. From the positions of these volcanoes. So as a reminder, a hot spot is going to be where volcanoes form far from plate boundaries. So a look at the Hawaiian Islands is pretty cool. As you can see with the Hawaiian Islands, the hotspot stays in the same spot. But the plate, the Pacific plate in this case, is going to be slowly moving northwest. So that is how we have these islands of Hawaii, because at one point, Kauai was over the hotspot here, but now it has moved, the plate has moved, so then these other islands have formed as they were over the hotspot. So the volcanoes on the Otis Hawaiian Island are no longer active because they're no longer over the hotspot. And also Kilauea is the world's most active volcano. And coincidentally, it is currently over the hotspot. The Hawaiian Islands are part of the Hawaiian Imperial volcanic chain. And so these islands are at the one end of the chain. So the chain is right here. And you can see this arrow is showing the plate motion. So the hot spot stays in this spot, but the plate is shifting this way. And as it does, it carries the islands along. So the oldest seamount on this chain is Miji, or maybe it's Meiji, I don't know. And it is at the other end of the chain. Is 80 million years old. And actually, there's Miji right there. I did not circle it. So, or Meiji, there it is right there. So this is the seamount. It's 80 million years old. So from here to here has been 80 million years. So there are 3 different types of volcanoes. We have the composite volcano, cinder cone volcano, and shield volcano. The appearance of the volcano is going to depend on the type of material that forms the volcano, and also the type of eruptions that occur. Each type of volcano is going to differ in size, shape, and composition. We're going to go into some of that. The first volcano we are going to talk about is the shield volcano. This is the largest type of volcano. An example is Mauna Loa. And it is going to be a mountain. And its sides, as you can tell from the picture, are broad and gently sloping. The base is going to be nearly circular. And shield volcanoes are going to form from non-explosive eruption. So they form when layers of lava accumulates during non-explosive eruptions. The second type is a cinder cone. This is the smallest of the 3 types. It has steep slopes. And is cone-shaped. Its Also going to have explosive eruptions. And it's usually found at or near, sorry, I should say on or near larger volcanoes. Our final volcano that we're going to talk about is the composite volcano. These are formed from layers of ash and hardened chunks of lava. They are going to cycle through periods of quiet and explosive eruptions. And generally, they are cone-shaped with concave slopes. All right, so today we learned about volcanism and we also talked about the different types of volcanoes.